this PBX we use a SIP trunk, and what happens sometimes is if there are too many registration attempts, the PBX would blacklist that IP and your trunk won't register, which means no inbound and outbound calls. So in order to bypass this, you need to add a firewall rule to exclude that IP from being blacklisted. So you go to Settings, Security, Firewall Rules. I've already added the firewall rule for the SIP registration. In this case, it's an IP range instead of a single IP. So all you do is action is accept, protocol, either TCP or UDP. You can just select both. You put in your SIP server IP in there and your subnet. If it's a single IP, you just add a 255 at the end. This is a /24 network, so we need to change the subnet, and your ports are 0 to 65535, which includes all the ports. And then you just click save. So once you've added your firewall rule for your SIP server IP, the PBX would not blacklist this IP if there are too many registration attempts. You can add the same rule for your RTP packets, should it be a different range than your SIP registration range, and just to make sure everything is in the safe zone. Another thing to also take note is your local LAN range on which your IP phones register. If there's something funny going on in your network, the phone might try to re-register a couple of times, and the PBX would also then blacklist that specific IP. So you would do the same way, is just add a firewall rule for your LAN range. In this case, our LAN is 10.0.20 and it's on the /24. So go back to security, add, just call it LAN, accept both, and our LAN is 10.0.20. Put the entire range in there on the /24 network, port 0 to 65535. So once you add a rule, it would go all the way to the back, and you can just move it to the top if you wish. Just easier to find it. So what we've done now is we put the LAN range in the safe zone. So no matter how many attempts your phones will make for registration, the PBX would not block it. So in order to see if an IP address has been blocked, you just go to IP auto defense, blocked IP addresses, and whatever IPs are blacklisted on this PBX would